At dawn, your first battle is not with the alarm clock, it's with yourself. The bed whispers comfort, the air feels heavy, and the mind invents excuses. I need more sleep. I'll start later. I deserve rest. But understand this, fatigue is rarely the real enemy. The real enemy is softness. Softness disguises itself as tiredness, when in truth, it is only your unwillingness to rise. Marcus Aurelius rose in cold mornings, aching bones and all, not because it was easy, but because he knew life demands work. He told himself, "You were born for this. So are you. Your body is stronger than you think. It bends when commanded. What weakens you is the craving mind that hides behind comfort. Every time you obey that voice, you shrink. Every time you stand against it, you grow." Stop lying to yourself. When you say, "I'm tired," before you've even lifted a hand, that's not fatigue, it's fear. Fear of proving yourself against resistance. Epictetus warned, if you want to improve, be willing to be thought foolish. The same is true of discipline. You must endure the loneliness of rising when no one else will. You must carry the weight of whispers. Why so serious? Why push so hard? They mock because they can't hold their own line. Let them laugh. Discipline isn't built in comfort. It's forged in the silence of choices no one applauds. If you want to be different, you must accept being misunderstood. Weak men seek approval. Strong men seek progress. When you stand while others sleep, when you labor without witnesses, you become untouchable. Understand this. Tiredness is noble only when it's earned. When your muscles ache because you moved. When your eyes close heavy because you worked. That kind of fatigue is freedom. But when you feel tired before you've done anything, that's not real. That's your mind begging to escape accountability, Seneca said. It's not that life is short, it's that we waste much of it. And waste is exactly what happens when you convince yourself you're exhausted without effort. The undisciplined waste hours inventing reasons why they can't start. The disciplined waste nothing. They rise in the cold. They push through discomfort, and they carry their own warmth. Stop pretending weakness is illness. Stop naming avoidance as rest. Call it what it is. Surrender. And every surrender robs you twice, of growth and of peace. This world worships comfort. It sells you soft beds, endless entertainment, easy food, and calls it a good life. But the Stoics knew comfort rots the spine. Real discipline is living tired on purpose, drained not by overthinking, but by effort. The man who spends himself in honest struggle owns his sleep. He lays down, knowing he earned rest. The man who hides from struggle robs himself twice, first of growth, then of rest. You are not as tired as you claim. You are softer than you should be. Every later you whisper feeds weakness. Every refusal to sit when your excuses demand, it starves weakness. Discipline is not built in grand gestures. It's built in tiny refusals. No more snooze. No more delay. No more softness. Marcus Aurelius said, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." Your tiredness is not a wall. It's the stone on the road. You either trip over it or step on it and rise higher. Use it. When fatigue whispers, "Stop here," answer by moving forward. Discipline is not some heroic roar. It is the quiet command that ignores protest. It is the body rising when the mind screams no. It is the hand working when comfort pleads for warmth. Discipline doesn't explain itself to the lazy. It doesn't need applause. It moves in silence, with or without support. When you claim you're exhausted, ask yourself, is this real fatigue or just the craving mind begging for escape? One strengthens you. The other enslaves you, Seneca warned. Associate with those who will make you better. Why? Because discipline thrives in silence, but it also rots in weak company. The undisciplined surround themselves with people who validate excuses. You've earned a break. Don't be so hard on yourself. That is poison. Discipline is a silent ally. It gives no praise, no sympathy, just the steel comfort of knowing weakness bent while your spine held firm. When your mind whispers, "Rest now, you've done enough," answer with action. Answer with boots on cold floors. Answer with the stillness of not negotiating with excuses. Discipline doesn't talk. It proves. And the only audience it needs is the man in the mirror who knows whether you stood tall or stayed soft. Most people aren't tired. They're consumed by weak thoughts before they even begin. They feed fear. They feed worry. They feed the fantasy of tomorrow. They talk themselves into exhaustion before lifting a single weight. The disciplined cut the day into pieces and devour it bite by bite. They don't wait for perfect mood or perfect timing. They move anyway. They stand unshaken when the wind bites. They don't brag about their early mornings or parade their effort like a trophy. Their silence is proof enough. When the sun rises, they have already secured a victory the soft will never know. The victory of obeying themselves. Not comfort, not craving, not weakness, just the iron command of their own will. Epictetus reminds us, no great thing is created suddenly. Discipline is no different. It doesn't explode into your life overnight. It's carved out of countless invisible choices, one refusal at a time, one cold shower, one rep when you want to quit, one page written in silence, one meal skipped when weakness begged for sugar. Discipline isn't a slogan. It's not a social media post. It's the war no one claps for. It's the decision you make in the dark when there's no reward but self-respect. Every breath brings the choice again. Give in or stand firm. The undisciplined wait for motivation. The disciplined act without it. You're not tired, you're untrained. And the cure is not more sleep, but more refusal of softness. The Stoics rose before comfort could soften them. They let the cold sharpen their edge. They let routine chain them to strength. They let silence be their only reward. That is where the iron hides, beneath the skin, inside the bones. Real tiredness is a servant, not an excuse. When it comes from effort, it tells you the day was not wasted. When it comes before action, it is only weakness in disguise. Tomorrow will whisper, rest. You've done enough. The world will say, take it easy. You deserve more comfort. But discipline doesn't negotiate with whispers or promises. It answers with movement, with repetition, with effort that bends the body, but not the will. When the mind screams too much, your answer must be more. You will sleep, but only when it's earned, and that sleep will be heavy, clean, and quiet. The kind that belongs to someone who fought their weakness all day and won. Stop pretending exhaustion is the villain. The real villain is the hunger for softness, the addiction to ease, the excuses you feed that bury your potential alive. You have two options. Strip that softness away and earn your fatigue, or stay weak forever. No one is coming to drag you out of bed. No one is coming to give you strength. The choice is yours, and yours alone. Stand now, or stay soft until the grave. When you finally lie down at night, let your tiredness speak for you. Let it say you rose when you could have stayed soft. Let it say you moved when excuses begged you to stop. Let it say you carried the weight no one else could see, but you refused to drop. That is earned fatigue. That is the signature of discipline. Sleep should not be stolen through laziness or borrowed through excuses. It should be owned through sweat and willpower. And when dawn calls again, rise unbent, rise worn but willing, rise before comfort can make its case. No eyes will witness the war you fight tomorrow. No applause will come, but you will know, and that knowledge is worth more than comfort, more than approval, more than sleep itself. Let the world stay soft if it wants to. Let it drown in warm sheets, lazy mornings, and promises of tomorrow. You owe nothing to weakness, not in others, and not in yourself. When your mind begs for ease, remind it, you were not born to be carried. You were born to stand. Stand cold. Stand tired. Stand ready. Discipline isn't about feeling like it. It's about commanding yourself when feelings betray you. Every time you rise, you prove that comfort does not own you. Every refusal sharpens you. Every act of effort steels you. This is how a man earns himself, by bending weakness until it breaks. So tomorrow, when the voice of ease calls again, do not answer with words. Answer by standing. Answer by moving. Answer by proving. That is enough. Now the question is simple. Will you stay soft, or will you rise? Discipline doesn't wait. It's built in this moment. By the choice you make next, stand up, act, and prove to yourself that you are stronger than comfort. Leave your thoughts and commitments in the comments below. I want to hear how you will fight softness today. Thanks for listening. And remember, this is Stoic Power Lab, where excuses die and discipline is born.